wonderful cake that our next guest made, Kevin, last week. You totally understand why we're having her back this morning. We're going to learn a little bit. She is self-taught, and hopefully she has some advice for other folks who want to follow their passion as well. The baker behind LadyWright'sDelight's is going to join us live to show us how she turned cake mix into a Converse All-Star for our good friend Kevin, and share some ways we can all get a little more creative in the kitchen. It's 10:21. 10:31, those are the cars. All the music bumps you're going to hear in the show today are going to be nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so the cars are one as well. If you were watching it last Wednesday, you saw us throw Kevin McCarthy a little pre-wedding party. It was our little really lame bachelor party, complete with an amazing cake for our favorite movie geek himself. And I can say that because he's standing right beside me. This is what it looked like. Now, this was last Wednesday, and that's Kevin's signature footwear, the Chucks, the Converse, in cake form. This is the picture that I actually took at the wedding, Kevin, of the cake on the table right next to your other wedding cakes. The cake, of course, the handiwork of none other than Lydia Wright, who is the owner of Lady Wright's Delight's, a self-taught baker. And this morning, we had so much fun with you last week. We wanted to find out more about you and also how we can all turn the drab into fab. Right. And I know Kevin wants to say a big thank you.
I have a massive thank you because our wedding, we were right behind us. Your cake sat there the entire time. We were almost afraid to eat it because it was so beautiful to look at. But when we got home last night, we ate the top of the shoe, and now it's sitting in our fridge, ready to be consumed for the rest of the week. But I want you to tell the audience real quick because you were actually on your anniversary trip.
Yeah.
When you got this phone call, tell the audience what happened.
So you guys called a day before. Well, someone from Fox 5 called a day before, and my husband and I were in Atlantic City just for a getaway for our anniversary.
13th anniversary.
For our 13th anniversary. Thank you. So when we got the call, it was just like, okay, we can cut this trip short and come on and make the cake for you because I really wanted to make the chuck cake for you.
But you made it overnight.
Yeah.
Into the morning. She did it in one morning.
We hate that you cut your anniversary short, but
Yeah.
we love the result.
Yes.
And the cake was a huge hit, not just here, but at the wedding itself. Let's learn a little bit more about what we can do now in
This
taking...
chocolate's trying to drip out.
So he's trying to get
I'm
away
trying to
right
show
now,
you
trying to head start. So I'm going to let you work, and we're going to have you do a little cake decorating and talking at the same time.
Okay, this is how you can change a drab cake into a fab cake really, really fast. You can make some ganache, and you make that with heavy cream and chocolate, and you just mix it up, put it in the microwave for a couple of seconds, and you'll get this effect right here.
Which you actually just did, so we can actually vouch for how
And what you do,
you make it.
Is it hot?
it's room temperature.
Okay. And that's what keeps it in that liquid form. Wow.
And when you do this, let me do a little faster.
Can I say one thing? You are seriously an artist. And I know that I use that term very, very importantly because I feel like that cake you created for me, the chuck cake, every single detail of the outline of the shoe, the stitching, I've never seen something more realistic looking in my entire life. So like last night when we're eating it at home, we're like biting out of the front of the cake, and I'm looking at the shoe. It's like there's the.
How did it taste, Kevin?
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I ate the whole thing.
What do you use to get such fine details on cakes?
I use certain tools, like for the stitching, I use a stitching tool, and you can buy that at a fabric store, or it's cheaper if you get it from a fabric store versus getting it from a cake
fondant for the
fondant,
for all of the design effects.
Yes.
All right, but this we're doing is something simple.
Yeah.
So when did you start making cakes?
I've been making cakes since like 99. I made my first cake for my godson, but I didn't go into business until 2008, really making cakes.
This is the question for folks out there who are trying to follow their passion or find a way to do it. You took kind of a leap of faith, and you did not really have any professional training, did you?
I did not. I taught myself.
How did that all work?
You learn by trial and error. Even making cakes, it's like you have to know what tastes good. So you might make a cake that tastes horrible, but just keep trying until you get the right mix, and then you're like, okay, I can work with this.
Lily, your husband Skiba just showed me this amazing photo of a cake you made of a football helmet. And I was like looking at it. I thought it was an actual helmet when I first saw it. Is that true?
Yes, you melt down chocolate chips.
What are you using for like the outline of the helmet in front of the face, like the guard area? Is that what is that?
So the helmet itself is all cake, and I look online and I just carve what I see. So I just use my eyes to carve what I see.
You're using a peeler to just go with the chocolate right there?
Yep, you can use a regular basic.
Show some pictures of some other cakes right now, because it's just some fabulous work.
That's a cake, by the way, guys.
And everything that we're showing you is a cake, and that looks like a bucket of Old Bay crabs.
Yes, yes. Yes.
What's the longest it's taken you to make a cake?
About a day, and that's because
These cakes we're seeing you done in a day?
yes. So those cakes like that are pretty easy to me. I can get done pretty fast. So I can do the most I've done in one day is 12 cakes.
What?
12 cakes.
You really are an artist.
Yeah.
This is super cute as well.
Thank you.
Do you have a favorite cake that you've done so far?
My face cakes, the bust cakes, I really like.
I know that you have a favorite cake that you want to do.
I do.
Let's go ahead and put it out there now,
I
because
wanna
maybe we
make
can
a-
debut it here in the loft.
I want to make a bust cake for President Obama and Michelle Obama.
Yes, and then invite them here to unveil it, right?
Yes.
That's the dream?
Yeah.
It's a dream we'll share.
Of their
This-
faces?
Up there.
That would be incredible. Yes.
Yep.
This is beautiful, and this took just a
Thank
few
you.
minutes. Any tips for the cake? I know we're doing the pretty decorations on the outside. Any tips for baking the perfect cake on the inside?
The perfect cake you need to have room temperature eggs, room temperature butter. And my trick is always putting a pan of hot water in the base of the oven. That gives you that convection effect.
Yeah.
And it makes the cake
Extra
cook.
moisture?
Yeah, moisture, and then it also makes it cook faster and even.
I'll say one more quick thing. If you ever get a cake by Lydia, you're gonna see it. It's gonna be so beautiful. You're not gonna want to cut into it. But once you cut into it, it tastes just as good as it looks.
And Lydia, what did you say? You said you can't just appreciate it from the outside. You're not offended at all when people eat your face.
No, not at all.
You have to eat it.
And you know my work by the shine on the cake.
Is there something special to get the shine? Is that
my
a secret?
That's my secret.
Listen, the last
This is
thing
in my fridge right now. That's what it looks like.
That's what's left of it?
We ate the head of the shoe last night.
The last thing, Lydia, obviously, we hope that you continue to do more and more stuff. If folks want to get more information about you or have some questions for you or want to give you some business, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
You can reach me at LadyWright'sDelight's. I know I have a list, but it's LadyWright's, WRIGHTS.
You have it on the screen right there.
Delights, and you can reach me at Facebook under Lydia Wright or Lady Wright's Delight's, and on Instagram, Lady Wright.
And your husband's a stand-up comedian, funny
Yes, he is.
Skiva.
He's been a comedian for the past 22 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. Well, Lydia, you can do us another favor. You can make us a cake of Kevin's face, and we can use it for Halloween.
That was good, Steve. I like that very much. Yeah, that was good.
All right, back over to you. Amazing work.
I'd love to tell you that I was paying attention, but I was too busy enjoying this amazing cake.
Enjoying this
Lydia.
cake.
Can I just say, we had slices of the cake that Lydia's been making. Amazing. And you mentioned, Holly, not just does this cake look good, it tastes good. So this is not like TV placation here. It is awesome.
This is some of the best cake I've ever had.
I'm telling you.
It is amazing.
That sweet potato one, holy cow.
Looks like we crushed the big one.
Man.
Okay, all right.
Lydia, you're moving
we got
in.
more room. Hey, listen, it's 10:46 right now.